18 past the hour. You are tuning your heart to the truth. I'm David Dawson, along with Gabby Smith and Jeff Blackwell. Right now in our studios, we have returning guest and good friend, Val Browning. He is parishioner at Most Blessed Sacrament in Baton Rouge, and he has an incredible ministry that we want to talk about. Good morning. I'm sorry. Good morning, Val. I was about to call you all kind of names there. So
morning, David.
Good to see you back again.
Good to be seen.
Well, now, we have about 1,000 more listeners since you were on last time.
Awesome.
Maybe 10,000 more that say, what is Kolbe Ministries? What is it?
Kolbe Prison Ministries is a Catholic retreat program where we go into correctional facilities and do a 4-day weekend retreat in which we catechize and deliver agape love to the inmates in the facilities.
Okay.
It is very well received at the facilities, and it changes the atmosphere within the facilities where we go.
I can only imagine. So when you say a 4-day retreat, is it like set up sort of like they do on weekends for other retreats around here?
Exactly.
Thursday through...
We do Thursday through Sunday.
Uh-huh.
We're currently doing them at Hunt up in St. Gabriel. We do Thursday through Sunday. At the women's facility, they do Friday through Sunday. So they do 3 full days instead of 2 partial days.
Okay. And what would you say it compares to? Would you say it compares to like an Acts retreat, or is it on its own?
Both.
Okay, all right.
It's very comparable to an Acts retreat. It was actually in its early days called Prison Acts.
Oh, no kidding.
But because of some of the things they do differently, they had to separate the names, and that's when they, after much discernment and prayer, the founders came up with St. Kolbe.
That is so interesting, and there's a whole lot that we can't say because if it's modeled somewhat after Acts retreat, I can't say, well, do they do this and do they do that, because I'd be revealing what is in Acts.
We can, because the retreatants aren't listening.
Oh, well, that's a good point. Anyway, there's still a crossover with Acts.
Yeah.
But would it would be like personal testimony sharing and witnessing basically our faith life?
They have testimonial talks.
Okay.
The first one we did at Hunt, it was all from the outside team.
Yeah.
Back in the end of September, we did our second retreat at Hunt, and we had 2 gentlemen from the inside team give their testimonies.
Oh my goodness.
And I
bet that was powerful.
You talk about powerful.
Yeah.
And you talk about eye-opening and really jaw-dropping.
Yeah.
So we did our second retreat at the end of September. We had 48 retreatants. We had 18 inside team members. So these were gentlemen who went to the first retreat we did back in May.
Wow.
And so it was an awesome retreat. We received what I consider the ultimate compliment, in which when one of the retreatants looked and said, "There for a while, I forgot I was in prison."
No. Oh, my goodness. That is beautiful. Is there a limit to how many can show up for that retreat? I imagine it has to be.
It is.
Yeah.
It depends on the facility.
Yeah.
Some facilities, they do the retreats in gyms so they can take more. We are one of the few places there at Hunt where we have an AC controlled building, and we're limited to because of the size of the room.
Oh, okay.
So we can do our retreats anytime, whereas where they do them in gyms and there's no AC, they do them in the cooler months.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
Additionally, on this last retreat, we had one guy who said he is going to sign up for OCIA, and all the retreatants and inside team members were like aghast. And I was like, "What's the deal?" And they said, "He's one of our Pentecostal ministers."
No.
So
My
I was like,
goodness.
So they multiple guys, talked about, the love is real. You guys are for real. And,
Yes.
We go back weekly. We're there Wednesday for their faith sharing, and we go to their mass. They do their weekend mass on Friday afternoons, and we're there for that.
When I first was introduced to prison ministries way back, and it was just individual people doing prison ministries, I was taken aback at, oh my goodness, these guys are sitting there. They are just hungry. They are starving for Christ, and they just hadn't been approached before. And so
if we had the love and faith and camaraderie that they have inside, if we had it outside, our society would be a whole lot different.
Is that right?
Yes.
You see that,
Oh,
right?
yes, absolutely.
My goodness. So you're building a faith community in the prisons.
We after the September retreat, that following Friday, we had 2 guys get confirmed into the Catholic Church.
Oh my goodness, Val, that is
So,
that is just amazing. All right, you're growing. I mean, how long have you been doing this?
I was introduced to them at the end of May in 2023.
Okay.
And so I went in November of 23. I went over to Kinder, to Allen Correctional, and teamed on a retreat to kind of get an idea.
I know, who told you about it?
Yeah.
Google.
You just look, that's God telling you about it. Yeah.
I went and did the Frederick Douglass Project through the Louisiana Parole Project. I went to hunt on a Friday afternoon, and I met with some inmates.
Okay.
And I left that just, earning for something, and so all weekend it just kind of stayed in my mind. And then Sunday night, Kay went to bed, and I'm sitting on the couch in front of the TV just kind of thinking about this. So I pulled up the iPad and I tapped, Catholic Prison Retreat.
Yeah.
Kolbe Prison Ministries came up. And so I started reading about it, and I sent them an email. Next thing you know, we're rocking and rolling, and I was just recently elected to their board of directors.
I bet you were, because somebody over here is on fire in Baton Rouge. I mean, where did they originate?
San Antonio, out of San Antonio Archdiocese, based out of Fredericksburg.
And that is okay. And so you, if you Googled it, the Holy Spirit is working through you, and I'm sure they're very excited about this. And you said they're having a convention now here.
Their annual conference
is
in July of each year, and this year we will host it here in Baton Rouge at Most Blessed Sacrament on July 26th. This is the first time it's ever going to be held outside of Texas.
Oh, really? It's just a Texas. I was about to ask you, how many ministries are there out there?
It's around Texas. It's in Lake Charles now in Baton Rouge.
Okay.
It's in Pensacola, Tallahassee.
All right.
Diocese. It's up in Kansas and in Oklahoma City and Tulsa. So it's spreading. When I leave here, I'm actually going to New Iberia to meet Lafayette Diocese. I've had an inquiry this week from the Jackson, Mississippi Diocese.
Yeah.
So
you're just getting started.
Word is getting
Val,
out, and people are inquiring.
Yeah. Go ahead, Gabby.
Val, I do have a question. This is something that you are definitely called for. It can be quite intimidating, but we've been talking about the Respect Life umbrella, as I like to call it. This is part of it, is administering to those who are incarcerated. And once they are released, when many of them are released, is helping them get back into society. And there are wonderful Catholic ministries and secular ministries that help with that as well. What takes place when you go to these prisons? What is your daily routine? Or because this can be quite intimidating for some people, and I think it takes a lot of bravery to go and not only put yourself out there in a vulnerable position, but also interact with people you probably don't interact with on a daily basis.
The first time I went to hunt, it was very discerning to me when I went through that Sally Port and that door behind me clunks, and I know I can't open it and leave.
Right.
I'm kind of I'm out there, but now it's just second nature, because I know those guys get excited when we walk through the door. When they see us, we are like their second family, and some of them we are their only family, and that's the biggest piece. And everybody's nervous when they first go, but then you just get used to it, and you look forward to going. I look forward to going to Hunt Correctional, to go do faith sharing on Wednesday nights or go to Mass on Fridays.
Because you're well received.
I'm well received, and I will tell you, I'm safer in there than out on the street, because I've got 79 Kolbe brothers in there that will look out for me.
Sure, sure. And then considering the people that you're ministering to, you are probably still safer.
Oh yeah,
through those individuals.
Those guys are very hungry for the faith.
Okay.
But also, there's some of them that are very knowledgeable. It's impressive.
Why not?
It's impressive.
Sure,
some of them.
Sure.
But they have a huge OCI program.
Do they?
They do, and they've got the Catholic Men's Club.
Can you only imagine, though? I mean, it's a what do they call it? It's a secluded, group of men praying.
Yeah.
It's almost like a monastery.
Yeah.
So, what's new? What do y'all have coming up?
We've got retreats in March and September at LCIAW, the women's prison here.
Okay.
And then in April and October, we'll have them at Hunt. We're trying to get into DCI up in Jackson, as well as Angola.
Oh. My goodness.
And then
That's fertile ground up
yeah.
there.
So,
Wow.
Angola's been on their radar for a while. So
I'll bet it has.
I have talked with Deacon Billy Messenger up there, and
Mm-hmm.
he's interested in getting there. We just got to get the approval of the warden.
It's just the warden that you have to get approval. I was about to ask you when you start blazing these trails, are there obstacles?
Not really. The first piece we need is a letter from the bishop inviting us into the diocese, and then it's the next step is to the warden and getting volunteers.
Hang on, fantastic. Anything else you want to squeeze in? We got about 15 seconds.
No, we covered everything.
Great. Good. Val, God bless you for what you're doing.
Thank you.
The Holy Spirit is
Yes,
working
thank
through you.
you.
This is Kolbe Prison Ministry. If anybody wants to learn any more about it, where do they go?
KolbePrisonMinistries.org is the website.
Okay.
And then they can go to the Baton Rouge core team and click on that email address, and it'll come to our email out.
Fantastic. All right. When we come back, we're going to be talking to Alan Migliorato about teams.
No, we're
not.
It's Friday, not Monday. Why are we jumping ahead?
I have no idea, Gabby. I have been gone. When we come back, we're going to have a wonderful guest. It is 1:30 on Wake Up.